Coming up on this special edition of Channel 8 News, we hear from the new president of Kansas State University a few weeks after taking office. Plus, Aggieville was decked out in green this weekend as the Fake Patty's Day tradition continued. And we have an inspirational story of athletes who never give up. But first, we have severe weather coverage with Lena.
Yeah, our area is under a winter storm warning with snow coming in at about midnight tonight. We could even get about half a foot of snow in the next 24 hours. All this and more coming up on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good evening and welcome to a special Wednesday night edition of Channel 8 News. I'm Claiborne Schmidt. Coming up, we'll hear from the new Kansas State University president and the new K-State student body presidents. But first, we are on tonight because tomorrow, Kansas State University will be closing thanks to severe weather. The university announced on this afternoon the Manhattan campus will be closed on Thursday, March 10th, and all but essential personnel are asked to stay home. In a statement, the university said, while the Manhattan campus will be closed, the Salina and Olathe campuses will have remote operations. On-campus dining will be open both for Manhattan and Salina campuses by 8 a.m. Thursday morning. So why the closures? Severe weather is headed our way. Lena Sadarin has more.
Yeah, Claiborne, our entire area is under a winter storm warning that started at 6 o'clock tonight as snow will be beginning to fall soon. Here's a look at tonight's radar. As you can see, the snow will be moving into our area, expected to start as the warning is in effect all the way until 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Now let's look a little closer in our area. Accumulation of heavy snow, somewhere between 5 and 7 inches, is expected across our viewing area. So if you don't need to be out and about on Thursday, stay home and stay safe. Claiborne?
Thanks, Lena. The snow will usher in spring break for the students, which means going around the country with a chance to get sick. Last week, Kansas State University lifted its mask mandate for all buildings on campus, and students have mixed feelings about safety concerns regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Lena Sadarin has more.
After 2 years of wearing masks on campus, K-State University has announced the lifting of its mask mandate as Riley County's COVID numbers are trending down.
If some people are afraid of it, if some people would like to wear a mask because it makes them feel safer, they should totally be free to do so. But people should also likewise be able to not do that and kind of go back to a sense of normalcy.
K-State sophomore Anna Rojas is glad to see the mask mandate go.
There's no reason that we should be needing them when we're sitting in class because, we don't have to have them on when we're eating. So why would we have to have them on when we're sitting in another setting?
While some students are happy about the recent changes to the university's mask mandate, others are a little hesitant, especially with spring break travels being just around the corner.
It needs to be in place for buildings like the business building, engineering building, especially at certain times where there's just so many people in one area. Imagining that after spring break, no mask mandate. So realistically, probably most of our students would choose not to wear masks.
Julie Gibbs, the Riley County Health Department director, says that spring break could cause a jump in cases.
We do anticipate probably a little bit of a spike just because people are traveling and it really increases risk when we bring everyone back together again.
Gibbs also says that even though COVID case numbers are dwindling in Riley County, individuals in the community should stay up to date on information regarding the virus and how to continue to keep themselves safe. In Manhattan, I'm Lena Sadarin.
If COVID case numbers do rise after the break, administration could reinstate the mask mandate on campus. We will have more updates after spring break. Now, let's go over to Channel 8 News reporter Eden Brockman as she sits down with K-State's new president, Dr. Richard Linton, for an interview.
Dr. Linton, thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be with you today.
So to start off, can you tell me a little bit about what motivated you to want to come to K-State?
Yes, so I've been planning and preparing to be a university president or a chancellor for about 15 years, kind of working my way up through the system from a faculty member to a center director to a department head to a dean, and now as president. The main reason I wanted to look at Kansas State as an opportunity It's got a rich heritage and tradition and still believes in the land grant mission of research, teaching, and extension. And the other big piece is the people here are amazing. And so the thinking with great people and with the land grant tradition and with great opportunities, it just looked like a perfect marriage and a perfect fit.
So for some of those strategies, what do they look like right now in helping get students to campus and kind of even bring K-State to the student?
Yeah, I think branding's important, marketing is important, making sure that we're reaching out to high schools and connecting with parents and guidance counselors and prospective students, and making sure that we communicate the unbelievable student experience that we have here at Kansas State and all the work that's gone towards student success over the last several years. Communication and branding and getting that outreach effort is probably the most important thing that we're working on today.
And I was talking to our new SGA president and vice president, and they said they've had conversations with you and that you'll be visiting some of K-State's or even all of K-State's extension offices this summer. So what is your plan? What are you planning to talk to them about or help support them to, make K-State even more attractive?
Yeah, I probably won't get to all 105 extension offices just this first year, but we're doing an outreach effort, a big outreach effort this summer to be able to travel throughout the entire state as much as we can and visit not only extension offices, but research and extension sites. And I want to learn from them what is important in their communities, what is important in their part of the state. What are they looking for from Kansas State University, not just on the agriculture and veterinary side, but from the whole university's perspective? What do they need from us so that we can deliver it to them in hopes of gaining more interest and more impact from the interaction with KSU in all 105 counties? You have to make trips and you need to visit and you need to talk to people one-on-one to be able to really determine what's important as we move this land grant university forward. And on the other side of COVID, I'm looking forward to that one-on-one interaction with people all over the state in research, extension, and education and communities all throughout the state of Kansas.
Thanks, Eden, for the update. Dr. Linton is the 15th president in the history of Kansas State University. K-State students elected Parker Volgamore and Jeff Ebeck as their new student body president and vice president. The pair won just over 60% of the total 2,657 votes. About 15% of the student body actually voted in the election. The team is currently transitioning into their new roles and creating their cabinet and executive branch to carry out their goals. Volgamore and Ebeck have also been meeting with President Linton and are creating steps for summer to increase enrollment and student protection at Kansas State. They also are focused on communication.
But I would encourage you to continue to use the student government as a resource and as a tool. Like I said, both Jeff and I would love to hear and share, kind of what's going on, and we're going to continue to do that through social media and other avenues.
We really want to help with the process of orientation, making sure it's more clear, giving people an outline of pushing them to the sense of make sure your first day of class, you're prepared, or anything that can help them feel more comfortable on their first step of campus.
You can reach Parker at pvulgamore@ksu.edu and Jeff at jeaebeck@ksu.edu. College enrollment across the country has been at an all-time low since the pandemic. Here at K-State, enrollment numbers were in a steady decline even before COVID-19. According to K-State's Office of Enrollment, the highest overall enrollment was back in 2014. K-State's Vice Provost for Enrollment Management says that the university is tackling this national issue by implementing the Strategic Enrollment Plan by modernizing the campus visit structure.
What we want to do is modernize and use our recruitment practices by leveraging our technology and build a CRM that's really nimble, that pulls and asks information about students And then we can use that information to personalize our communications and our marketing materials towards them. So it looks like I'm speaking directly to you based off your interests and not just telling you about talk to you about the university where I'm talking at you, but I'm really talking with you because I'm getting information from you and I'm sharing information that's relevant to you.
The Vice Provost for Enrollment also says that every member of the K-State family plays a part in the recruitment process and is an opportunity to recruit some new students. Still to come, do you always want to know where your pet is? We'll take a look at microchipping services to track your animals. Plus, even without sanction from the Aggieville District, Fake Patty's Day was in full celebration this weekend. That and more next.
It's like a purple front has kind of moved into the stadium. Beautiful day and music's loud. The fans are on their feet.
Wilnet crushes it to left. And K-State leads 8-1. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. Creams it to center. Long run for Mertz. He can't get there. K-State has added 5 here this 6th inning. K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in. Walks it in for Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot of the step. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Brent Carlson. Side of the box, crossing, wide open, the shot. Thompson right away. That ball is gone. She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one. He'll take it down on Jacobson. Off to McGurl, layup, yes. Fielded at the 48. Here's Brooks to the 25-20. He's going to score. Wildcat touchdown. He crushes it.
Kansas State's athletic program does not like to postpone until tomorrow what can be accomplished today.
It's going to be tied into Bramlage with some upgrades to Bramlage in terms of the Legends Room. Is now going to be 7 times bigger than it currently is with new entrances on the east and west side. So that facility, the South End Zone project, is going to touch both Bramlage in a very positive way and obviously finish off the stadium look and feel.
Last weekend, the Aggieville District was filled with green as the 2022 Fake Patty's Day celebration took place. The fictional holiday started in 2007 and has since brought people from all around the country to the Little Apple. Channel 8 reporter Jacob Hall has more.
Sterling Muse is a Manhattan resident and a K-State graduate who attended his 6th Fake Patty's Day over the weekend. He says that it is the people that make the event truly special.
You'll see people from like New York, Texas, California, even Vermont. I met people in Vermont. All I see is good vibes. No one's mad, no one's sad. Look at all this rain right now. It's dope.
Ryan Peden is originally from Northern Ireland and currently plays soccer in Kansas. He says that he and a friend made sure to get up early Saturday morning so that they could drive nearly 2 hours to Manhattan.
6 o'clock, we were ready to go. 7 o'clock, we hit the road and we come up. I love Manhattan, I come up now and again and have a lot of friends here and stuff. And it's always a good time. Like I always come up here, have a good time. And yeah, it's always fantastic.
This year, several bars in Aggieville sold wristbands like this one that served as tickets to the event. One bar owner said that they had to stop selling the bands the Friday before Fake Patty's Day due to excessive demand.
We've done this every year. We actually had to stop selling them. That's never happened. So we've got a lot of people that are really happy to be here. We've been waiting a long time for this.
For Muse, he says that with the university rescinding its mask requirement the same week as Fake Patty's Day, it brought the event to a different level, and it was the first time in several years where things felt normal. In Manhattan, Jacob Hall, Channel 8 News.
This was the first year where the Aggieville Business District did not offer support for the event. Coming up, the K-State women's basketball team are hoping for a solid run in the conference tournament. And using technology to keep your pets safe, that and more next on Channel 8 News.
Please direct your attention to the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
Great
this year at Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
It's time for the Wabash Cannonball.
This crowd, this is energetic. This is perfect.
This atmosphere, it's just different.
The one, the only, the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, you know, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, you know, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
Dribble, and it is showtime!
He'll take it down on Jacobson. Off to McGurl, layup, yes! Fielded at the 48. Here's Brooks to the 25-20. He's going to score! Wildcat touchdown! He crunches it!
Welcome back. We'll now head over to the T. Russell Wright's Animal Shelter. I speak with several employees about the importance of microchipping and vaccines for our pets.
You have, ubiquitous diseases out in the environment, whether you're going to the dog park or even just walking around in town. It's a possibility that, your dog could pick something up. So having those vaccines up to date is going to ensure that, they're protected from that stuff. We do have wildlife that could shed or spread rabies, so a rabies vaccine is very important. Microchipping is great for reuniting animals with their owners. One of the first things an animal control officer is going to do with a stray animal is scan it for that chip.
At the T. Russell Wright's Animal Shelter, not only are they helping stray animals in Manhattan, but also giving away free vaccinations and microchipping this month.
The month of March is National Pet Vaccination Month, and Petco Love is donating vaccines for the month of March as well. So whole month of March we're doing free parvo distemper vaccines for dogs and FVRCPs for cats. And then April 9th at Wayfield Pavilion City Park, it'll be free parvo distemper, free FVRCPs. K-State's going to offer donated rabies vaccines, and then we'll be donating microchips. It's been estimated that nearly 30% of pet owners don't regularly bring their animals in to a veterinarian every year. 65% of dogs in the shelter that did this main study said that they had insufficient levels of protection. It's a pretty good need, and we knew there was a need in the community, but we didn't realize how great that need was.
Links on the T. Russell Wright's Facebook page, as well as additional information on their free vaccine and microchip clinic happening April 9th. And over to Lena for weather.
Thanks, Claiborne. Today we're going to look at today's high. It is at about 36 degrees. The snow has not come yet, but tonight at midnight, that's when we'll see some snow. With our high hit at about 4 p.m. today, winds 11 miles per hour, humidity about 47%. Now looking at our national temperature map, it is a little bit of a wide span of temperatures all over the country. In Kansas, like I said, we have a cold front coming in that when we are going to see some snow tonight. The snow on the ground was finally clearing up, but we're going to get some more tonight. And then up in the northeast around New York, it's going to be about low 40s coming down the coast. It's looking pretty warm in Florida. A good day to get out, enjoy the temperatures outside in the mid to high 80s. And then on the west coast, about mid 60s in California. Zooming back into Kansas, it is another wide span of temperatures across the map. The cold front coming up to Riley County, it is about 36 degrees here. Coming up closer to Johnson County, 41. The snow will be hitting tonight, so we'll see a little bit of a temperature drop with that. And then on the other side, in the southern corner, it is about low 50s. So the temperature is looking pretty good down here as opposed to the snow that we're going to be seeing tonight. And then the 24-hour forecast, like I said, this evening is cloudy, and then tomorrow there will be some snow, and the clouds will return tomorrow night. And then our 5-day forecast, we will be seeing some snow tomorrow, hence the snow day that K-State has announced. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will be seeing some sun. Temperatures will rise when we get to Sunday with a high of 63 and a low of 29. But Saturday, there will be a little bit of a colder start to our day. Back to you, Claiborne.
Thanks, Lena. Up next, we take a look into sports and the women's basketball team in the Big 12 tournament. Plus, some young, and I mean really young athletes. That's up next on Channel 8 News.
I started out in mechanical engineering, and I realized that I liked a lot more of the sciences and chemistries and biology classes that came with engineering. So then I decided to try out chemical engineering first, and I really enjoyed chemical engineering. The engineering degree also opens a lot of opportunities into other fields. Hoping to go to law school after I graduate to study patent law. It's a really good opportunity to take what you would learn with your engineering degree and apply it more so in a law or government-based application.
What the radio station has done for me, it has allowed me to use my public speaking capabilities and provide it into a entertaining way. I would say the fact that most of the classes I've taken have not just been fluff, like they feel like they've actually prepared me for the world. If all things go well, working there might have gotten me a job.
K-State, I think, has made me comfortable taking a leadership position. As a computer scientist, the leadership experience and how well you communicate with others is often overlooked by most people. I'm a section leader in the K-State marching band, so it definitely made pursuing, those leadership opportunities more easily. If you demonstrate proficiency in those skills, then that really sets you apart, and I think that really has to go into why I ultimately got the internship.
Now, here's Kate Kennedy with sports.
Thanks, Claiborne. Last Saturday, K-State women's basketball took down TCU to wrap up their regular season before the Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship. The team secured the number 6 seed, and while everyone is excited for the tournament as a whole, freshman Serena Sundell says that their main focus right now is just taking on that first game.
Right now we're just focused on Texas. I think we're just going to take it one game at a time. So we're working a lot about what they're going to do. We know they're a pressure team. We know a lot of good things that we can learn from watching the last 2 games against them. So we're just focused on them right now.
The Big 12 tournament kicks off tomorrow, and the Lady Cats will be taking on the University of Texas this Friday. Tip-off against the number 3 seed begins Friday night at 7:30. In other basketball news, the Manhattan Special Olympics will be competing at their upcoming state basketball tournament. Manhattan Special Olympics has been part of the local community since the 1970s, and Kim Schnee has been involved with the program for nearly 40 of those years. While Kim has been the coach for the basketball team for quite some time, this year she set out to do things a little bit differently.
We did things a little bit different this year, and so I'm really happy about that. We used to have the teams compete against each other. This year I decided to change it up and just always have coaches scrimmage. And so I'm looking at our teams going, we're a lot better than we were before, and I think that's probably why.
Many of the athletes are enjoying these new challenges and the opportunities and experiences the team allows them to have.
We can play with other people, and we don't worry about our disabilities, and we just have fun.
Just to spend time with friends and learn a lot.
I always wanted to play against my friends to give a good sweat going so I can train hard as I can.
While the team has held weekly practices to prepare for state, some of the athletes take time out of the rest of their week to train and improve.
Practice. I signed up for the Douglas Center so I can actually go over there and play a little basketball.
Since practice, I practice at the K-State Rec Center.
Josh Medicine Bird is looking to take home a win this weekend, but he plans on working hard and having fun no matter what.
Getting out there, hopefully win. like the Special Olympics motto is, let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
The state tournament begins this Saturday at 11 a.m., and 2 games will be played by each of the 4 teams coming from Manhattan. The 7th annual Diaper Derby was held this past weekend during halftime of the men's final home basketball game. Junior Wildcats lined up courtside to see who could crawl their way to the finish line first. Kivett Walsh gained an immediate lead and carried that speed through the rest of the race to secure his victory. While young Kivett made the win look easy, his dad said that it did require a bit of strategy.
He obviously likes Dad more. He goes really fast to come over to me, you know, so.
Strategy involved?
There was
Yes, definitely strategy.
I get better hugs, so.
Yeah.
Erica and Justin are very proud of their son and enjoyed the opportunity to get Kivett involved with something that was fun and K-State festive.
Do we have any final comments from our winner?
Can you say thank you? And Emok, you do it. Thank you.
And that's all the time we have for sports this week. Back to you, Claiborne.
Thanks, Kate. We'll be back to wrap up Channel 8 News after another short break.
I always knew I enjoyed working with kids, and that was something I was passionate about, and I originally planned to become a teacher. I realized I was more passionate about the kids and their upbringing and their development, and I found that K-State actually offered a program that worked perfectly with my interests, and so I decided that school counseling was kind of the right path for me, just so that I could focus more on that psychology aspect and work with the kids on a more intimate level.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
I went on my campus tour. They had the Baja racing teams, all the parts and everything on display, and I was like, that's super cool. My first year, we made robots, made a line following robot, assembled it and coded it. My current major is biomedical engineering. It's like a jack of all trades since you take coding from computer science and then some stuff from electrical. It's kind of just like a mix of all the main departments of college engineering, and this is the spot for me.
Kansas State's athletic program does not like to postpone until tomorrow what can be accomplished today.
It's going to be tied into Bramlage with some upgrades to Bramlage in terms of the Legends Room. Is now going to be 7 times bigger than it currently is, with new entrances on the east and west side. So that facility, the South End Zone project, is going to touch both Bramlage in a very positive way, and obviously finish off the stadium look and feel.
Before we go, one more check with Lena for severe weather headed our way.
Thanks, Claiborne. Like I said, we will have snow starting at midnight tonight, and right now it is at about 36 degrees. And all the snow that's on the ground right now has basically dried up, but more is on the way starting at midnight. We should see at about 4 to 6 inches come in tonight. Back to you, Claiborne.
Thank you, Lena. That is it for this special edition of Channel 8 News. Join us back again after spring break for more local news, sports, and weather.
This is Channel 8 News.